Hello, welcome to my video number 1 on improvisation. If you are a trumpet player, or perhaps even if you are not, you may have watched my trumpet lesson videos. And then the last video was more of a general video about music to give us a transition from the purely technical situation of the trumpet that I presented and help you to have the right perspective as you transition into actually playing music. So now I'd like to talk about improvisation, and this video is going to be more intended for any instrument, and we'll be covering very basic general improvisation concerns. All right, so I'd like to start by talking about the situation that you are in. And my way of thinking about things are that you only have the freedom to react. You can't do something with nothing before it, with no inspiration. Nothing happens without something leading up to it. Therefore, in a sense, everything that happens is a reaction. And that's kind of how you need to think when improvising. A reaction to the last thing you played, a reaction to your general feelings that day, a reaction to your environment and what it's inspiring you to play. And more specifically and applicable to what we are talking about, how you react to other people when you are improvising in a group setting. A lot of times when people improvise, it's as if they are only focusing on the people they are playing with in sort of a out of focus way. They hear and they feel what they're playing, but they are asserting themselves with an individuality that is somewhat unrelated to the rest of the instruments. Now, it's also possible to overreact. For instance, sometimes people like to listen to the other players and basically play the same thing again, mimic it. Now, you could begin to do this, employ it way too much, and annoy your rhythm section if all you're ever doing is copying them and you sound like a little kid just copying what people say, which is one of the most annoying things ever. So, we need to think of reacting. And I know you want to feel like you're doing something and feel like you can hold on to what you're doing. You don't want to feel like your environment and the people around you are basically dictating what you're doing. But you need to understand that everything you do is a reaction in the sense that its application to the situation is completely dependent on what came before it, what came around it, what inspired it, and what it is reacting to. So, we want to find a place where we are completely individual and completely proactive, and we are doing something. But at the same time, we are almost equivalently reactive to a point that is almost 100% reaction. If you can have sort of this duality of 100% reaction and 100% action, that's where you want to live with improvisation, whether you're by yourself or whether you're in a group with people, because it is all about how you react to your environment, the way your mind feels, the way the instrument feels. All of it is your environment.